What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the third episode of Gekidol. This one's titled Waiting for Irie. Yeah, we're going straight into this one. I just recorded episode 2 a couple of minutes before this, and we're going to go straight into episode 3 now that they're all working and I can actually catch up properly on this show. I've been very much enjoying this, mainly because it's an idol show, technically, that's doing something a bit unique. Like, I have questions about Doll. I have questions about Irie, which I think are going to be answered this one, about why she's got the persona I that a fan seemed to come up and question her about, that she was very much wanting to get away from in some way. Then there's the general mystery of what the hell happened 5 years ago, and this huge disaster area in the middle of the city, and Saria's connection to Alice, because it's quite important that her name be Alice, and we're talking about Alice in Theatre being the actual stage troupe. I know that sort of thing is meant to be answered probably in the OVA, because the OVA is, I think, 40 minutes long, something like that, 40-50 minutes long, and we'll be covering the, I think that will be covering the actual event that happened, as well as, like, the first performance of Alice in Theatre, I believe was the intention of that. So I know they did a special cut of it for New Year's especially, but the actual full thing doesn't come out till March. So we'll be taking a look at that. Probably still enjoy the show after this. Show's not getting rated very well. Not many people are watching this because it seems generic idol, but really there's an extra something there that I think people might have been missing out on. Maybe they just, being judgmental, and just saw it just being an idol show and they were like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. Or maybe they just never got to the point where the intrigue started to happen, like the fact we have like an hologram android thing. I don't even know what to call Doll yet. I want more backstory on that. I want to know why does the TMS have that ability to create someone? Who was that guy that was watching over, I presume, Celia? Like, there's a lot of weird things going on right now. I'm like, hang about. Why is that? And it's like, that's what's keeping me interested in the show so far. And, yeah, I don't want to say this is at risk of drop, because it kind of isn't, but we'll see what episode 3 has. This is normally my 3-episode rule, and we'll see what we think of it. But we're going to just get into it, because, yeah, whilst it's still fresh in my memory last episode, I want to get into this one. So as per usual, these are time-based form reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see full picture-in-picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description. That will get you access to all of them for £4 a month. There's extra tiers as well for for higher rewards and such. But all Winter 2021 shows are available on there, including some of the backdated ones like Jujutsu Kaisen and Higurashi, and Moriarty the Patriot, which will be starting back up in April. I'll be getting some backlog stuff down there as well towards the end of this season. But yeah, here on YouTube we have to do time-based format, so bottom left of the screen you'll see the time for the episode. I count you down 3, 2, 1, play. Then on play you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. We'll watch this one on Funimation, since that's who's licensed it, even if it doesn't work half the time. We have the HappyNet logo, and then we have the Funimation logo, so about 18 seconds or so of logos. I'll call them out as I go past. You can also use screen flash on my face or the mic to tell when the scene is transitioning. That should help you sync up a little bit easier as well. And with all that said, let's get into episode 3, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. HappyNet. It's a fun little jingle. And Funimation. Cheers. Here we go. Where are we? Ah, okay. Child actress, model. A lot of swimsuit stuff for a young age. Really? Huh. Interesting. Okay. That part got way more interesting all of a sudden. But the one guy that recognized her was the one guy that averted and decided not to take pictures. Interesting. Was she... Was she underage at the time that those pictures were taken? Because I swore I read one of the subtitles there. It was like 13-year-olds, like... It said 13. I'm fairly certain. But I don't know if that meant that she was... Like, I don't actually know how old her character is. I assume she's a similar age to... She doesn't have to be a similar age to Saria. They're not all in school, I don't think. I have no idea what age she was meant to be during those pictures were taken. Also, Japan's laws on that sort of thing, who knows what's defined as legal. Well, at least one guy had the sense to be like, this obviously isn't what we're meant to have. So... Oh, the rest of the... The other two weren't there last time. The other two plushies weren't there last time we had that OP. Well... That's the problem. Sure. Let's frame it that way. It feels like you're just reproducing. Doesn't have the same passion behind it. Oh. She'll be there. 100% will be there. She'll make the time specifically. Oh wow, okay. It's not bad at all. Right. Okay, now people are starting to look forward to that. Because it's unique, that makes sense. Yes. Nope. Hmm. Some shadies going on there. Yep, there's a troll backstory there. Yep. Wait, what? Ah, okay. Is that what meant to confirm from that? Got it. Hmm. Do they know of her past? I assume they would understand a bit of it. Hi, doll. Hmm. Aha. It's Izumi, not Mayuri, was the other one. Hmm. Got something from that. Hmm. Yeah. Which led to some questionable choices. I'm sure. Hmm. Hmm. And then she. Okay. That's how she found Alice in theatre. Hmm. Yeah. Abandon it all for this. That is true. Mm-hmm. But then isn't he left? Mm-hmm. There she is. Finally found her. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Do idols normally do that sort of swimsuit photos? Yeah, that's yeah. Risque is something. Though honestly, for the idol industry, that kind of tracks a bit too much. Mm-hmm. This Kenken's a good fan, to be fair. Mm-hmm. 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 Nice. Uh-huh. Truth. Sure. Well, we have quite the no. Unfortunate timing. uh, there's a new meme format for you. Mm-hmm. Good on Ken Ken. A true, respectful fan. At least from what we've seen of him so far. Hmm. Of course she's there watching. Wow. Yep, that is very, very true. Wow. So you bump up ticket sales. Hey, sure you did. Super effective. Hey, wow. Okay, very successful. Sure, we, not her. Adding up. Okay, fair enough. Very true. Gekidol. Alice and Alice. Engeki, yeah. Gekidol there. That's how it works, okay. I wondered how they got that name. I knew it would be some Engeki is play. That makes a lot more sense, yeah. The anime producers were making this. I smell money. All right, I'm really enjoying this show. I like Irie's backstory there because it rather subtly shined a light on one of the darker sides of maybe the idol industry there. Now, whether you perceive that as a darker side, though, it doesn't necessarily. How can I say this? As a Western viewer, that sort of thing. Because again, I'm not entirely sure of her age. I'm fairly certain she's similar age to Saria. Therefore, when she was doing those photo shoots, definitely underage. At least by Western standards, obviously. So, that from that side, it starts to shine as a bad perspective on some of the things that idols are. Well, she did choose it, but it was for money, and there's a warped sense of what would make her happy, I suppose. It would have been worse if she had been forced into it by agents or whatever, but it does shine an interesting light on the idol industry in that respect, I suppose. And again, whether you're a Western fan or if you're from Japan, maybe your perspective on that might differ. But anyway, next time on. Oh, whose birthday is it? Huh? Huh? Interesting. It's time for the curtain to rise on a secret. A birthday is a terrible. So I'm going to guess that Alice's disappearance from Seria's life, I'm going to guess that happened on Seria's birthday then. That's what I'm to assume. I'm going to guess then that mysterious event that happened years ago would have been what happened as well to tear Alice away from Seria. That's what I'm getting at here. But I guess we'll see how they want to put it. So yeah, that's interesting. Is there any more? I mean, this is an original project, right? So there's not going to be much in the way of source that I can. Maybe the Gekidol wiki has this information. We can try. Characters. Where's Irie? I don't think she's on here. Is Irie not a part of this? Oh, there she is. Yeah, member, cheerful, one says a partner. Yeah, there's no real information here, so I have no idea what age she's meant to be. Let me see if I can, not using Funimation because their player really sucks for scrolling through. Let me just go back to the beginning of this episode where she was rummaging through stuff. Let me see here. I could have sworn there's a subtitle that says she was 13. Or something along those lines. Yeah, 13 years old, and there she is posing in the bikini. It's like, yep, junior. They were kind of implying the underageness of her. But again, underage by Western standards. Underage in Japanese standards, I have no idea what is considered legal over there. There she is doing bikini modeling shots. And then intentionally loosens it. Everyone starts watching more, except for Ken, who decides to avert his gaze and not take pictures. I'm going to guess that is... Yeah, if anyone's a bit more knowledgeable on maybe Japanese law in that instance, like, I doubt it, because not many people are going to be watching this series, unfortunately. I think people are kind of writing it off just as another idol show, when it really isn't. It's actually putting up some interesting thoughts here and there. If anyone does know, like, because photo shoots like that, bikini shoots, that's kind of part of being an idol, but at that sort of age, is it really considered a thing? And I assume I assume no one was allowed to publish those pictures of her topless, right? I'm going to assume. I wonder what the law like that is in Japan. Because, yeah, you could definitely not take pictures of that and publish them. Like, just absolutely not. Not here in the West. Definitely not the UK. Probably not the US either. That's a big no-no. But in Japan, I know their laws are a bit different in that regard. So I'm curious to see. I'm a bit more curious about the context of that because, like I said, it very much feels like they are, like by saying, oh, 13 years old, junior. It's like they're implying that she was young when this was happening, which I think is meant to invoke the reaction of the darker side of the idol industry and what she was doing, which is what has her traumatized. Because at the time, she just wanted money and probably loosening the top. Probably would have earned a bit more of a commission from whoever organized the shoot because it was a bit more, or it was planned as part of the shoot by the organizers. That'd be even worse, honestly. But yeah, that was an interesting episode to think about. I'm really hoping that Doll gets a bit more screen time as well in future because she is the other really interesting. Now I say that as the other interesting character. Seri is an interesting character as the main. Irie was a very interesting character there for that moment. I'm very intrigued to see where Doll goes, but we also got all these other characters that I'm sure we're going to have some time with. I'm sure they each have their own aspects to it, but not quite sure what those are yet. We still don't even know who this guy is, like, why he was looking at what. We don't know anything about that yet. And all the power cuts happening, like, one power cut, like, okay, yes, they're not able to pay their rent and stuff, and we overdid it. Some of the power cuts seemed a little too convenient, you know? So I wonder if they might have been someone intentionally doing something like that. But yeah, I'm genuinely interested to see where the rest of the show goes, because I feel like there is more to this show that's not really being talked about too much, and I'm going to keep at it, because I feel like this might be an underrated show. For what it actually is trying to do, and yeah, for that reason I'm sticking with it, and I'm very much enjoying it for that as well. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as it helps grow the channel out, as do your comments on what you thought of the episode. Any information you can give me about Japanese idol standards, like is it common for 13, 14-year-olds to be doing these types of photo shoots, and the legality necessarily of them. I assume they are, since they're an organized thing, I assume they're mostly legal. Obviously, because you wouldn't do something illegal and take photographic evidence of doing something illegal, right? But I guess that is a difference instead. Then again, I suppose over here you do still have swimsuit models that are underage here in the UK, I suppose. That is still a thing, right? I mean, I imagine that is still something that does happen. Definitely not mainstream, though. Definitely not mainstream, but I'm sure those still take place in some form or fashion. Such as the price of media and fame, I suppose. But yeah, any more information on that you can share. I would be like, even if it's just pointing me into correct direction on what sites to be reading up on things like that. That would be helpful. Even if it's just a Wikipedia article, that would be interesting. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Winter 2021 lineup you can find on the channel. A lot of good shows this season. Busiest season I think I've done, and yeah, I'm loving every single show. Hopefully, COVID delays aren't going to be a thing. I'm still a little concerned because Japan is still in a state of emergency in multiple areas. I don't know when they're lifting or if they have lifted already. I don't think they've lifted this soon. They only started being announced like a week ago, so I'm hoping not too many delays are going to come about it. But a lot of these shows were already delayed and pushed back from the first COVID lockdowns and states of emergency, so most of them probably are already finished and finished to completion, unlike the usual, you finish a certain amount and then as the anime's airing, you complete extra episodes, because there's 3 months of time, don't forget, that you can absolutely be touching up on things, getting additional sound effect works corrected, different art styles, like redoing a certain scene in a particular way. Like, you can still do some of that in that 3-month period, so... But I think most of them I have completed by now, I would hope, just for the sake of no more COVID delays. But we'll see. Thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.